Hey guys, Tron here. I know there haven't been a lot of videos during CWL. It's a really busy time for me. I'm participate in 4 different clans, but also gives me 4 different clans to provide you with some replay content. First video is going to be the closest calls, most heartbreaking attacks, kind of show what happened, maybe a tip or a trick that the attacker could have used in order to have secured that 3-star. So the first video coming in here from DJ Rumba, going to be showing a 99% hit by attacker Armada. He's doing a pretty much a hog wrecker attack. So the one thing I'll just say right off the bat, I don't think that the 2 Golem tanking was effective. It would have been better to bring bowlers in this attack. He uses the Golem and then to tank it for the Queen, and then puts a few Wizards on her. Better off using the King to funnel up that side, and then he would, of course, get the Queen with that. 1 Golem and Wiz on the 3 o'clock side, and then he would have some space left over to bring bowlers. Extra bowlers really bring, you really get that double bounce. So you'll notice he has Valkyries come out of his card. Having bowlers in the card there, especially under a rage, would have gotten some double bounces onto Wizard Towers, Expos, things like that. So a lot more value out of the kill squad using bowlers versus Valkyries. Other than that was the big thing that I saw here. Obviously, that double bomb does do a number on his hogs, but well-placed heals all the way around, keeping his hogs alive. Has 2 hogs left over, which was a great decision, especially with some of these bases that are doing troll Teslas and things like that. You always want to keep a couple hogs in spare just for that event, especially in CWL. So going to fast forward here, lots of ground scale. As you'll see, he starts to drop his cleanup a little bit late. That's another thing. It's just as soon as those hogs move through, you want to get that cleanup down as soon as possible. Probably forgets, it's really important to look around where you have gold storages and gold mines in the base. Sometimes bringing a miner can be very, very helpful in getting a lot of these storages that are left up after these hogs. So anyway, this is going to be just a terrible 99% hit here. Just not going to be able to get that gold mine fast enough. Alright, we're going to switch over to another attack here. Alright, here we are in Only for Bosses. Going to be showing this hits a 98%. Not quite a 99. Attacker comes in here with a Bow Witch. I think identified maybe because of the single Infernos. For the most part, this type of base design is usually a hog base, but again, not bad to do the Bow Witch on this base. I think essentially gets a bad funnel here. You really talk about funneling inside in. So needed to drop these witches a little bit farther towards the outside in order to build that funnel for the rest of her bowlers to go inside. So you'll notice a lot of the bowlers walk off towards 3. They don't get into that core. And then that wall wrecker, unfortunately, pops a little bit early. It's probably wise that she didn't drop the jump there, but unfortunately, just a lot of the troops here end up spreading out. I'm going to go to 2 times here. So you'll notice eventually does clear the rest of the core out. These bowlers are going to work down here around up towards 3 o'clock. And everything that moved up towards noon is going to get roasted pretty severely by that single Inferno. Pops the Queen ability. Going to be able to snag this Inferno, which does help. Uses the jump to get into the Town Hall. I think this was because she was worried about not getting the 2-star. But those bowlers and those witches would have been fine. Probably needed to use that jump into this North Inferno compartment in order to get that, because there was no splash damage left up. So these witches probably would have been able to get into it, but they're just kind of get roasted here. Working around the outside. Of course, the king is not going to beat on the wall until everything is left. But anyway, close attack. Just a few minor things could have been better. Okay, now we're in Thunderstorm. This is my Town Hall 11 clan coming in here with the hog attack. This was a 98% 1-star. Just didn't end up getting the Town Hall. A few things that maybe could have... there's a lot of different ways that maybe this attack could have been improved. One thing, uses of a Golem here heading into a single target Inferno. Giants may have been a little bit of a better investment here. Had just an unfortunate split here with the wrecker and bowlers heading off to one side, heroes walking off to the other one. So the second rage doesn't get a ton of value. The bowlers just seem to kind of go down quickly to that baby dragon. And then there isn't a rage left up for these heroes. So it does get the enemy queen, but just didn't get the value from the kill squad that King of South was looking for. But still had a really great hog deployment here. Hogs move through, keeping the queen alive. He still has her ability and excellent uses of heals all the way around. Gets that cleanup down pretty much right away. Kind of talked about that in the last video. He has his whiz working around the outside. He's able to trigger those 2 double bombs with the queen's archers, which again is another great use of value here. Ground skellies pop out a few Teslas, but this queen is just continuing to help out. Unfortunately, she's going to go down here fairly quickly. Has 1 heal left, though. Uses it to get through these last 2 wizard towers, which is going to be no problem. Another giant double bomb, but again, only like 1 or 2 hogs actually get over there. And they are kind of low health, but they'll be able to power through that archer tower. And you'll notice just the way everything kind of pathed here. The town hall is central to the base. The only thing that I could think of is in CWL, if he saw this, maybe have dropped that second whiz down here by that army camp or something to maybe like break the funnel off on the hogs to like maybe even get the 2-star. But it was really unfortunate. Couldn't get either one of these buildings down. It's just kind of a heartbreaker of attack. Yeah, that one was just really hard. So they're tough to take, but we'll watch some even better attacks here later on. Okay, here we are. Another 99% attack. Again, I told you these attacks were going to be really, really close. Coming in here with a La Lune attack by Hogmaster. Punches in here with the wall wrecker, uses 2 baby D, uses those test loons. Again, fresh hit. You got to make sure that there aren't any black mines there. Really, Town Hall 8 walls here, so wall wrecker's not going to have any problem getting through here. Bowlers are going to power up here through the rage. Unfortunately, the queen doesn't enter the base. That didn't help, but hits the king ability, going to get through all of this. And then hopefully, then your hope is that E-Dragon is going to lock back up onto the queen once everything is down. She can step up and hopefully take down that air defense as well. Going to watch this in 2 times speed as well. The queen did walk, but, it's honestly a very good recovery. Gets that air defense, gets the E-Dragon, continues to work around the outside, and builds great pathing for the loon. Sends in the Hound, everything else powering through here. Second Hound coming through. Reinforcement loons around the outside. Plenty of spells left over. Got to haste through this air sweeper. Everything's powering through. Does have this Tesla that popped up by the army camp down here. Has a Tesla up here. That's going to really what gets him at the end of this attack, because all of the loons have to come all the way across. So that's one thing, especially with these fresh hits you talked about. If you're doing loons or hogs, save 1 or 2 hogs for the very end in case you have one of these troll Teslas that pops up in the back, or you can drop that down to help your cleanup go faster, because that splash damage from the loons does such more damage than any of your minions. So unfortunately, just didn't get that dark elixir down fast enough.